In this video, we will write some of the important formulas in economics. So let us write the first, that is the learner's index. Learner's index. It is used to measure the degree of monopoly. It is being given by, that is L is equal to price minus marginal cost upon price, and its relationship with elasticity of demand is, that is minus 1 upon the elasticity of demand. Okay, this is used to measure the degree of monopoly power. Okay, next let us take another formula, that is spending multiplier. Okay, government spending multiplier. Spending multiplier is actually equal to 1 upon 1 minus the marginal propensity to consume, and it can be also written as 1 upon marginal propensity to save. Okay, then we have the next formula, that is marginal propensity to consume plus marginal propensity to save, they sum up to 1. Okay, if this relationship holds, if this is the formula, then we can say 1 minus MPC. Here we can see MPS will be equal to 1 minus MPC. This implies from this equation. Okay, next we have the tax multiplier. Tax multiplier is actually equal to minus MPC upon 1 minus MPC, or we can also write it as minus MPC upon MPS. Okay, next we have the balance budget multiplier. Balance budget multiplier. Okay, when we add the spending multiplier and tax multiplier, we get the balanced budget multiplier, that is equal to spending multiplier, that is 1 upon 1 minus MPC plus the tax multiplier, which is equal to minus MPC divided by 1 minus MPC. So this will sum up to 8, because the denominator is same, we can add up the numerator. So we get 1 minus MPC upon 1 minus MPC. This is equal to 1. Okay, next we have the Gini coefficient. Gini, it is used to measure the what we call the inequality, income inequality. Graphically, it is equal to, graphically, if I try to find out the Gini coefficient, let us draw a simple graph here. Let us draw a line. This line, what we call the line of perfect equality, hypothetically. So when there is no income inequality, we have this very line. Then let's draw another. This is called the Lawrence curve. Okay, this is Lawrence curve. This is the line of perfect equality. Now what is Gini coefficient? Let us say this area denotes A, and the area below this Lawrence curve, let's denote it by B. Now the Gini coefficient is actually equal to this area, the area between Lawrence curve and the line of perfect equality, that is A, upon the area of this whole triangle, that is A plus B. Okay, if the Gini coefficient is equal to 1, we say we have perfect inequality. Okay, if the value of Gini coefficient comes out to be 0, we say we have perfect perfect equality. Okay. Okay, now it's all right. Now let's calculate some, or let us find out some other formulas rather. Let us discuss about the costs here. Okay, so we have different kinds of costs. For that, let us first write the cost function. Yes, we have a cost function like q cube minus 4q square, let us say, then we have plus 10q plus 10. Let us say this is our cost function. Okay, now let's calculate some types of cost. That is, let us first calculate the average cost. Average, let us denote TC as total cost. Average cost is equal to total cost upon output, so which will be equal to q cube minus 4q square plus 10q plus 10. When we divide it by q, we will get the average cost, which will be equal to q square minus 4q plus 10 plus 10 upon q. This will be the average cost. Similarly, we can calculate the fixed cost. Fixed cost is that very cost which does not depend upon the level of output. Whether output is 0, none or 10, we have to incur that very cost. Okay, so in this equation, that is q cube minus 4q square plus 10q, this denotes the variable cost. This, because we have q in these terms, so this is the variable cost, plus we have this 10, which is what we call the fixed cost. Okay, so this is fixed cost, this is variable cost. Then we can also calculate other costs. That is the marginal cost, that is the change in the total cost due to the change in the output. That is the derivative of this function with respect to q. Derivative of q cube is 3q square minus derivative of q square is 2q, so 2 into 4 is 8q, plus derivative of q in the third term is 1, so we are left with 10. Derivative of a constant is 0. Okay, so this is the marginal cost. Similarly, we can find out the average fixed cost, that will be equal to the total fixed cost upon output, or we can find out average variable cost, which is equal to variable cost upon output. Okay, so this was all about these what we call the costs. Now let's take another formula. Let us find out the labor force participation rate. Labor force participation rate. It is equal to labor force participation rate is actually equal to the total labor force upon working population or working age population. So what is usually the working age population, the age group between 15 and 64 is called the working population. And what is total labor force? Total labor force is actually equal to what we call the unemployed plus employed people will add up to the labor force. Okay, so a labor force participation rate is equal to this, and if we multiply it by 100, we get it into the percentage form. Similarly, we can find out the unemployment rate. Okay, so U subscript, or let us say this unemployment rate is equal to number of people unemployed divided by total labor force. Total labor force. And let us find some other things. Let us say we have another formula. In this case, what is the difference between the economic and accounting profit? accounting profit. Okay, so economic profit is actually equal to the total revenue minus explicit cost plus implicit cost. Implicit cost is usually the opportunity cost. And what is economic accounting profit? It is actually equal to total revenue minus explicit cost only. Explicit cost. Okay, this is the accounting profit. Or we can also say accounting profit is actually equal to economic profit minus implicit cost. Okay, then we have what we call the another formula, and let me write it here. That is it is not actually the formula, that is product exhaustion I'm sorry if I'm not writing the spelling properly here. CT theorem, or we also call it adding up theorem. It simply says that if all the factors of production are rewarded according to their marginal product, total product will get exhausted. That is, if Q denotes the total product, if labor is paid according to the marginal product of labor, and if capital is paid according to the marginal product of capital, so total product will get exhausted. Okay, if I write it here, it says if factors of production are rewarded according to their marginal product, total product will exhaust. This also comes from the Euler's theorem. Okay, here this total product will get exhausted if each of the input factors is rewarded according to their marginal product. Okay, now then we have another, if I can recall, what we call the quantity theory of money. Theory of money. Its formula is being given, that is MV is equal to PY. We also call it the equation of exchange. Okay, it simply says if so, M denotes the money supply. This denotes the velocity of money. P denotes the price level, and G denotes our GDP. Okay, it simply tells us if V and Y are constant, if money supply increases, prices will also increase. This is from the equation of exchange or quantity theory of money. Then can I recall any other thing here? Okay, then we have the simple, what we call the consumer equilibrium condition, or let's write it here, consumer equilibrium. Okay, so consumer is in equilibrium when if consumer consumes two goods X and Y, that is the marginal utility from good X upon marginal utility from good Y should be equal to the ratio of their prices. That's price of X upon price of Y. Graphically you know it pretty well. If we have this indifference curve and we have a budget line, the point where the slope of the indifference curve, this denotes the slope, or we call it marginal rate of substitution between good X and Y when it is equal to the price ratio of the prices. So this is the slope of this budget line. Okay, so this is consumer equilibrium. Similarly, we have the producer equilibrium, or what we call producer efficiency, production efficiency condition. Okay, production efficiency condition. It says that the marginal product of labor, if we have two inputs, that is labor and capital, that is marginal product of labor upon marginal product of capital, should be equal to wage rate upon rental rate of capital. Okay, so it simply says, if we have this isopont, okay, and we have this budget constraint for the producer, and similarly here this shows us the marginal rate of technical substitution between labor and capital, and this denotes the input price ratio. This is actually the slope of budget line for the producer, and this is the slope of isopont for the producer. Okay, so I guess I have all only these in mind. Okay, if you like this video, or if you find it helpful, please like and share this video with your friends. Thank you.